Thank you for coming and welcome to GQUAT, above the GQUAT family reunion bus, where good friends become family and family is everything. So, let me turn the comments on. Hello, Dolores is in the back, everybody, and she says she can't speak individually, but thank you for coming to support Auntie Ellen. Maria Graham, thank you. My Renaissance grandma, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, I'm in here sweating. I have been such a busybody today. So I'm looking, and thank you for the thumbs up, everybody. I will give myself a thumbs up. And my Renaissance grandma, I've been seeing you supporting everybody's channel and working so hard. I saw you with your tea, your anti inflammatory tea. For those of you who don't know, my Renaissance grandma makes teas and herbs and soaps and other things. I do as well, but I only do it for the family and not for just in house. I've been around a long time, and to the back, my background is actually on the bottom. I'm the second eldest of six generations, and I'm the spokesperson for my family. And Garden Quilt and Art Traditions is talking about all of the family traditions. Joanne Stevens, hey sissy, thanks for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll take my earpiece out. That's what I use when I'm talking to Dolores in the green room, and I appreciate all of her help and support. For those of you in the bushes, I thank you. I know that some of you can't be here in person. If you're here for the replay, thank you. There's a lot going on tonight. The crawfish, the crawfish throwdown is this weekend, so there are a lot of people there going live from there. And I'm so excited, you guys. I I for those of you who uh know about hair, I got my hair done yesterday, and I went to a part of town that I don't usually go to, and it's actually in another town, but it's only 10 minutes from here, and it's only like less than 2 aerial miles from my favorite nursery. So somehow I ended up accidentally going in there and feeling sorry for myself. So what happened was about 48 plants accidentally fell in my cart. Maria said my hair looks cute. Thank you. I don't know. I was trying to do something. Auntie Joanna's my hair coach. And yeah, so I went, and the 48 plants are, let me see, I planted six of them today. I planted six celery, and this is my point. I had surgery 8 weeks ago, and I had a complete knee replacement. I'm still doing extensive therapy, and I'm not able to do everything I want to do. I'm able to do some things that I couldn't do before. But the point is to just keep grandma. At first, I didn't understand what my Renaissance grandma said when she said I was accident prone. When I accidentally went into the nursery and I did a short on it, and they have all these greenhouses. They must have, I want to say, a half acre, an acre of greenhouses. It's a small family owned nursery. And the point I wanted to tell you guys, you know those little pony packs with like 6 packs in it? So they were like $3.29 a piece. If you buy the 6 pack, 6 plants for $3, that's only like 75 cents a piece, if that. And so you can't go to any of the big box stores and get them. And these, they started, it's been warm in Connecticut. These were like root bound in the pony pack. You should see all of the roots in there. I'll take one out to show you guys because I made sure that I planted them. Well, I won't take them out. I won't take them out. But look at these. Can you see how big they are? I've been going to them for years to get some things that weren't easy to start. Look at this kale. This whole pack would have been $3.29. So this is lacinato kale. So I got 8 packs of vegetables with this size plants that I didn't have to do anything with. They obviously started them when I was in the hospital or having my surgery. Watch me get dirt all over the place just to show you guys the root system. I don't want to damage them. I'll take it out and plant it. Look at this. Can you see the roots on here? Uh-oh. On my computer. So all the plants they had out were like that. They start a lot in the back. But I couldn't resist. So I said to myself, self, you may not win every battle, but you're in the war, the food war of growing your own food, and you're in it to win it. The point is to raise my own food, to grow it organically. So I got a pack of kale. I got a 6-pack of basil, things that I like. I don't even know how many Swiss chard are in there. It's more than 6. I got red kale. I got, let me see. Anyway, I bought, 2 different kinds of lettuce, red lettuce and a red kale, some other things. And I am so happy. I was so excited. So I took Mr. Hershey out this morning. Then I had some Georgia candy roaster squash that I started from seed inside. 3 of them. I named each of them Seymour, like sifting some soil. She had one of these squash plants that grew all over her whole yard. One squash plant. I plan to send one of the squash plants to to my sister Joanne Stevens, but it's 105 degrees in Arizona. They would burn up before they got there. Sometimes mail gets there the next day. Sometimes mail doesn't get there the next day. So I wasn't taking a chance on our groceries dying in the summer heat. I will do an update this week of her garden that she and I both planted. She has a little kitchen garden in her Arizona 9B house, and she has been harvesting beets and carrots and garlic and onions, and I don't know what else. Maybe she'll put it in there. Maria Graham saying happy holidays, everybody. So those of you who would like to support the channel, you can support it in several ways. If you just watch the ads when they come up, because everybody's not able to support. If you are on 100 channels, you can't give to everybody. You do what you can. Food by Faith, hello. Hello, Niso, SEW Creative. She's very creative. For those of you who don't know Food by Faith, by the way, exclamation mark, GQUAT, GQUAT, to drop your channel link. Food by Faith is a certified chef. She's ex-military, and she sells food at food markets. I don't know if in this weather she's shipping food, but she's very creative herself, and we should all support each other's channel. If you see a channel in the link, be sure and click on it and look at it. Dolores, for those of you who are paying the $1.99 a month for the Friends and Family Club, guess what? Everybody, whether you're gifted a membership or you become a new member, you're paying the $1.99. Dolores will play for you. I will be doing a member shout out every month as part of the Friends and Family Club. Dolores, are you able to put the shout out to people who were already members
Yes,
before
ma'am.
last week? Are you able to
Yes.
play that, please? Gracias. Thanks, everybody. So for that shout out is for the people who have been members for 3+ months, and we will be doing a shout out for all of the members, and that will be part of your membership to the Friends and Family Club. And some of the other supporters who have donated in other ways as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Appreciate you all. And a couple people on here don't have a channel. My sister Joanne Stevens is not a content creator, but she is a creator. She has been an artist all of her life. She's the one family member who was always an artist. Me, I became an artist the last 25 years of 75 because I've always done the heritage arts, but the fine arts going, I went back to school and actually took some college classes on drawing and painting, and I draw and paint pretty well. But my passion is fiber arts and quilting. My joy is touching the fabric, touching the soil. I just like the hands-on effect. Speaking of which, one of the things that I've done recently on the channel, and I'll show you on my iPad because it just timed out. Uh-oh. So I did an African Queen Mama art quilt. And this is what she looked like. I finished her on live, sewing live, but like I said in surgery, left is right, right is left. So you have to do everything the opposite. So I got a text on Facebook saying, like, Ellen, you have your hands on differently. You can actually put the hands on any way you want to. So I did have mine, and I cut this out in December. I just sewed it like a couple of weeks ago, so that was 6 months ago. And I picked the hands out and did the face over. So I just want you to see that the Queen Mama's hands, she had shoulder surgery, and you see her arms are hanging down now and her hands are down here, as opposed to here. Does anybody care? No, nobody cares. But I just wanted to let the person know who thought it was her appointed duty to tell me that the hands were different, and that us quilters have been picking them out for years, which we did. If I didn't point out that the hands were different, nobody would have even noticed, and nobody gives a rat's. But it's done, and she's ready to be quilted, and she's 42 inches by 42 inches. Nikki, the everyday life of an OCD chick, will not be doing the chat tonight, so I'm taking the liberty to take the time that I need to show you guys some things. So I have a a project that I'm going to do. I have three young ladies that donated a denim when I first started collecting, even before my Renaissance grandma and Big Rooster. And she works with my granddaughter in the school system. And actually, there were three of them. And they were really tiny, those really tiny little jeans. I'm going to sew one pair of those into a bag tonight. Hey, Nancy, our treasured home. I don't know if you were in the bushes. Sometimes I know that you're working or in the kitchen with Anastasia and the rest of the family. But look at the shout out and the shout out. What Dolores did was go to each of those channels and copy and paste the beginning intro or an intro. And I will put the member shout out for the Friends and Family Club, and I will be putting that on my community page. And going forward in the future, the new members who were gifted memberships last week by Crafty Leo, those 20 people will have their channels shouted out as part of the GQUAT Friends and Family channel. So, Dolores, I, well, you guys, I have so many things going on. This is my favorite jean jacket that those of you who've been following the channel a long time know that I've had this jacket 50 years. It was all worn out. I made it into a vest recently with Unbiased LLC, created a little elephant from her channel. Then she made me some denim patches that said hand original by Pankey. So this is a pocket from a pair of the tiny jeans from the ladies at my granddaughter's school. And at some point, I'm going to put the pocket onto my sleeve and make a dress bag for when I go out. So it'll be a crossbody bag. I like the bling bling on here. And I think I only had one pocket. And they wanted me to keep something for myself. So I'm going to keep my oldest pair of jeans that I make something out of. And this is what the back of the sleeve looks like. It'll be squared out. And it'll be a small bag like these three. These three are the pocket from some oversized jeans that my Renaissance grandma donated to the channel. And I took the leg and made a little quickie bag for her. Then these bags are quick. You can make them within an hour. It's just the pocket. I put a backing on, some stabilizer. It's long because it's a cross body bag. Like if you're at the crawfish throwdown, you're at swap meet or whatever, you can put your driver's license in here, your money, and never take it off. Oh my gosh, Giovanna Casadio. Thank you for coming from Italy. I was trying to. Arrivederci. That's how you say hello in Italian. I do know how to say hello in a lot of languages. I am writing a children's book and I will be saying hello for my great great grandson. Thank you for coming, Giovanna. And we appreciate you. Thank you very much. And you guys, it's nice to have friends and family from all over the world. Why? Because good friends become family, and family is everything. Family is everything. So, the little bag that I'm going to keep for myself, this was some leftover fabric that I'm going to put as the backing, the lining for my little jean bag. Now Dolores, who's my faithful assistant, Dolores said that she wanted a bigger bag because she let me take that one off. Thanks for taking that off. A bigger bag because she carries a lot of stuff. So Dolores, I happen to have when I went through my stash, I found this that I'm going to make into a tote for you. As you know, as you know, I have the pink webbing to go in it and pink pockets for my pink girl living in a pink world. But you can tell me later, Dolores, do you want this side or do you want this side on the outside? I can make it reversible and put one pocket on either side. So let me know, you guys. Arrivederci is actually see you soon. We say buongiorno. Oh, I do know buongiorno. I forgot. Thank you. A story growing up in Stamford, Connecticut. So many of our friends were Italian, and we used to shop at this Italian store, and it was like a little mom and pop store at first. Then it got bigger. It became like a big box store. And the name of the store was Buongiorno's. Buongiorno. So my sister Joanne Stevens knows that. So Dolores, let me know whether you want this side. I thought it had more pink flowers. I like this one, but it'll be your decision because it's going to be for your birthday, which is on Father's Day. So before we go over to work on the bag live made out of pair of jeans, some of you are sewing by hand. This bag is going to be so simple. You can use a thimble, a needle, or if you can sew by hand, you can make this. The three ladies that I told you donated the first like 10 pairs of jeans. They were really tiny, 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 like like this. Here's a pair of them in black that I'll be cutting up for my mother's quilt. Mother, hello, 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 mother. So they wear like 24, 25, 26, 27 jeans. By the way, you guys, the side you like, it matches the blanket. Okay. Oh, with the flowers. Okay. And you guys, these jeans, this is a size my sister Joanne wears right now. Auntie Joanne, those of you who've seen her, wears this size. She's taller. She's like 5'7" and a half, 5'8". But Auntie Joanne's jeans would be like this. So the three ladies that donated all those jeans, I found some jeans with pockets on it. The ones with the top, I only add a backing to and stabilizer. So they will be getting these three just so that they have something with my label on it. Two will get these two alike. I couldn't find any more. So this will be going out to them. My granddaughters will be getting theirs. Giovanna Casadio says, thank you. So I am going to look through. I want to put a pocket on the jeans that we're turning into a bag today, but I don't want a big, big pocket. The pockets I have on my lap are from big jeans. Big jeans. This one might be a smaller one. A smaller one. Let's see. I can always put it on separately, and I will show you guys how to turn just a small pair of jeans into an easy tote bag. An easy tote bag. So, without further ado, we're going over to the heavy duty sewing machine. The heavy duty sewing machine, I've got lint all over me. I'm going to take my earpiece out and put it on. Dolores told me that they have economical ones that I can buy when I upgrade my technology. That'll be my next step. But I have like two sets of hard headphones, this little thing. And without further ado, let's jump up and go over to the sewing machine and turn a pair of jeans into a tote with a flat bottom. With a flat bottom. I was going to make a joke, unlike my unflat bottom. You were donated a lot of men's jeans last year, but lost them in the flood. Oh, I'm so sorry, Giovanna. I've heard about the floods over there. I look at some of the channels on YouTube where people are taking old farms and renovating them like 100-year-old farms. I'm so sorry. So sorry. We're all sorry. So, yeah, that's sad. I remember when I lived off grid. I've lived off grid in the country before, and I got two like either hurricane or tornado alerts on my phone on the same day. And I remember we got like 5 inches of rain in, I want to say, an hour, 9 inches. It was a crazy amount of rain. And it just happened that I was going to get in my truck, my Ford F-150, and go into town that was 12 miles away. And when I got to the bridge, the water was up to the bottom of the bridge, about to get on there. I said, I am not driving over that. And it was like way out in the country. So it wasn't like they had 12 police in town, and town was 12 miles away. And that was for like all of the rotating shifts. So I would not go over the bridge. Later on, I found out a couple people died. They drove over some of those little bridges in the country, and the bridges collapsed. The bridges collapsed. And we had the water coming off the road. In the country, the roads are up high. Then there's a big ditch on the side of the road, and the water goes down there. If you're ever in a car accident on the road, the cars always turn over in those ditches. Sad, sad, sad. Well, Giovanna, I hope that you're able to find some more. What I'm going to do today is turn a small pair, one of those little girls they're not little girls. When I say little girls, I mean they're my granddaughter's age. My granddaughter is in her 40s. She's in her 40s. And those kids grew up with my kids and my grandkids and my great grandkids. And they call me Nana or Auntie or Mom Penny. Everybody calls my mother Mommy. So we're easy sewing old jeans into totes. So I'm bringing up the chat. Giovanna, that was scary. You did save some of the jeans. Well, hopefully you can dry them out and refresh them and use some of them. So, you guys, this is a pair of those tiny jeans from one of those same ladies. I was going to make this into a tote for Dolores, but she said she wanted a big one. So, I'm trying to hurry up for her birthday. So, this is what this tiny pair of jeans look like. I cut the inside out because I'm actually going to put my label on the inside of here. So let me put this down so you can see the table. So this is the top of a tiny pair of jeans. This is the bottom of a very two bottoms of two very large pairs of jeans. If you go back and look, I made a bag a few weeks ago live from the ones that, oh, oh, my granddaughter's listening. Rita, I love you. Did you see her jeans? So, you guys, this really is a family channel. Oh, she's probably watching in my mother's room. Ego Amote, I love you. Security is here if you need him. That's so funny, David Corey. I was talking about my granddaughter, my one granddaughter. I have one son, one biological son, one biological daughter, one granddaughter, one grandson. My granddaughter just busted my chops telling me, I love you too. Well, at least you see that your bag is done and I'm working on your three friends bags. And this is the bottom. I'll go back to the content, you guys, since my granddaughter busted my chops. They're saying, hi, mommy. Maria Graham saying, hi, mother. Everybody's saying hello, hello, David Corey, nephew David Corey. Security is there. Security. My granddaughter is actually my security. I'll tell you a funny story about Sharita because she takes care of everybody. And when I wasn't able to take care of myself, Sharita cooked dinner every day, sent it up to my room, sent the kids up when I was at the family house, and took good care of me, did my laundry, did everything for her grandmother. So I tried to get more grandchildren, more granddaughters to help her out, but her mother and my son were not cooperative. They did not cooperate. So I'm working with what I have. So Sharita, I'm working on the bags. When I come Sunday, I will be coming this Sunday to your town. Darth X says hello. Hello, Darth X. Did the jeans just float away in the flood? Oh, they probably just got ruined in the house. I've had a basement to flood in another house before and ended up just throwing stuff because they get dry rotted. I am surrounded by good people. Auntie Joanne took care of me too because I was legally blind at one time and I couldn't even put my drops in my eyes. They did it for me 3 times a day, 4 times a day. My family and took care of me. So this channel is about traditions. GQUAT stands for Garden, Quilt, and Art Traditions. But this is the show that I do twice a week. So GQUAT is the Garden, Quilt, and Art show. So what I did with this pair of tiny jeans, I cut the cut the front out because the part that goes underneath your legs is curved. So after I cut these jeans off, I split them up the front and up the back. The back I've already sewn so that this wouldn't take forever. It's already got 2 pockets in the back, so this is good for a cell phone. On the front, and today I do have some orange thread. I'm actually going to sew this seam more than once, more than once. So I loosened this part all the way up, and I'm going to stitch it down a couple times, just top stitch it. Francesca, hello, and welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate each and every one of you. Why? Because good friends become family, and family is everything. I actually think I'm going to reduce this seam on the inside a little bit with these handy shears. They're like double stitch, as good jeans are. Well, all jeans are. So I'm cutting that extra out just to reduce the bulk. And where it's pulled over, I'm just going to stitch it down on the top. I'm actually going to do it 2 times because I'm going to come back later on. I'm doing it with white so that you guys can see it. Then I will go over it with orange. DCG Jr. grows in Alaska. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm just stitching up the front and showing you how to. By the way, you guys, my granddaughter Sharita, I taught her how to crochet, and when they had the Haitian earthquake, Sharita and my mother and I knitted over 100 preemie caps and sent them to Haiti for the babies because there was no electricity to keep them warm and to keep them from dying. The one thing you have to be careful about when you're stitching up the front is to make sure that you don't catch the back. So I'm using this small part of the sewing machine. I have It actually has a quilting table on a sewing table and some other things, but I'm just sewing this down just to keep it down. After all, it's just going to be a bag. It's not going to be keeping somebody's booty from falling out, right? No, I didn't say that, Sharita and Mommy. I didn't say that. Bougie Prepper. Welcome and thank you, thank you, thank you. For those of you who have not seen Bougie Prepper's channel, she did a shout out to Auntie Ellen, and she does an cast iron Wednesday. And her cast iron Wednesday, she used one of my recipes for making an apple cake. I make apple cakes from scratch. They are so good, you all. So now the front of this bag is stitched and the money will not come out. Just for giggles and kicks, and because this is such a heavy duty machine, see all that? I'm going to sew over that a little bit too, just to keep them from opening up later on when it has stuff in it. So I'm sewing all those. This is why I bought this heavy duty machine. It's a Singer with no frills. I didn't want to go through. You have to be careful because some of these have rivets underneath them. Metal rivets. And I meant to show those to you guys. So no harm, no foul. This one, it's like you choke on a piece of meat, something you swallow, a piece of squash, a cucumber, something. You didn't chew up. Valkyrie, thank you for coming and welcome. So here is the back, and here is the front. So the jeans are already in a cylinder shape. Okay, who is this fun bag for? Francesca, I give people bags who donate jeans to me, and it may be for the next giveaway. So I'm making them because I have several bags that people have requested, and I'm behind schedule. I'm still working on Father's Day, and I have a big. It's not a big, but I have a Father's Day quilt that I've got to get out, and finished up this week. So when you pull jeans apart, when you cut them apart, usually the front is lower than the back. So I make sure that I even them up and I lay them flat on the table. I'm just trying to even up the seam. And to make this square, I will get a couple feet away. A couple feet away. I'm just going to even this out. So basically, this is still a pair of jeans. So go to the left. Trying to remember to do the opposite. So I am going to, since you're not going to see it, I'm just going to mark it with this heavy duty pen. Okay, can you see this? I need to take the comments off so that you can see for a second. Auntie Ellen. Barb Brownlee saying, hello, Barb Brownlee. Hello to everyone. So only because I have these pinking shears here. Some people call them zigzag shears. They're pinking shears, as David Corey, who knew, I finally found out why he knew that word, because he took home economics at one point and he knows how to sew. So now the edges are even front and back. I'm actually going to turn it this way because I see that I missed the line. That's like the poor African queen mom when I sewed her hands the wrong way, but that's okay. She had rotator cuff surgery by Auntie Ellen today, and I fixed her right, hooked her right up. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this inside out. Mind you, this is just a pair of jeans that I split up the middle. There's this extra piece of fabric in the inside. I'm putting it down flat just so that I'm not cutting with my hands underneath it. I have tailor's scissors, and these are very, very sharp. David Corey, don't forget, I challenge you, if you make something, I will buy you a pair of those very sharp shears. So I'm just cutting off this extra bulk on the inside. Mother, am I talking slowly? What I like about making a bag out of old jeans is because these pockets, I left the pockets here, you guys. This big pocket is on the inside, two of them. This big pocket is on the outside, so you can put your cell phone, anything you want in it. So this is how you make a bag flat. I have this little square that I always take, even when I travel, I take this little bag with me. In the bag that I can check, I put this one because it has some of my tools that are sharp. So this is a 2.5-inch square, but you can make a template out of everything. Darth, cargo pants are good for those of you who have drop cloths like from painting, and even with the old paint on it, it looks even better, Darth. So I'm going to put this down again because I'm going to lay this flat and find my handy duty marker, and I'm going to cut. I think I don't want this to be too big. I'm going to cut out a square in the bottom. Yes, I am. I'm going to make it big. So this will make a 5-inch bottom across the back. So when you cut out a square in the bottom, that's how you make a bottom that's flat out of a bag. So just because I have very sharp, I just bought these in the last year. Since I've been on YouTube, I realized that the ones I had before are from are 60 or more years old. I graduated high school in 1966. So it had to be like 3 years or more before there that my parents bought me some. I still have them. I use them on my fabric postcards because they're not as sharp as these. You can save this little square and do what? Make those little patches like I make for my put together bags. So now I'm cutting. Okay, I'm trying to move the comment so you guys can see what I'm doing. Hold on. Okay. So now I'm cutting. Thank you, Dolores. Thank you, Dolores. I got to get Dolores's bag to her before her birthday on Father's Day. So we throw this little 2.5 inch? No, 2.5 inches by 5 inches. We can make something. Miss Shirley, OG Gardner, thanks for coming. So now, what are we gonna do? I'm just gonna finger press this seam open. I don't have to, but I have it already flat on the other side, and I will be sewing through all these thicknesses. So this is what it looks like. The flat bottom. Okay. And I'm going to make it sew at the width of the presser foot. I'm making sure that the seam in the back is flat. And by the way, this tote could be used by men or women, anybody. Anybody. This is not going to be for any special gender or anything. Whoever wants it could use it. As a matter of fact, Sharita, I will be making one for Chris. Chris wanted a crossbody bag for Father's Day. That's what his gift is going to be from Nana. Can't type individuals separately. Helping her granddaughter move into her new house. Moving on up to the east side. Good for you. Congratulations, granddaughter. Miss Shirley's granddaughter, my sister. I just call her Miss Shirley because that's what I do. When I used to teach part time, all the teachers called each other Miss Pankey, Miss this and that, just to keep the kids from calling us by our first names. So I'm going back the other way because I'm double sewing the bottom. I'm actually going to put a little reinforced bottom, but you don't have to. I'm showing you how. If you were, for example, those of you who've been in following me for a while, I drove a car cross country a few times, and one time I was driving from the East Coast to the West Coast, Arizona. It was so hot, I took my pocket knife and cut my jeans off and made a pair of shorts. Somebody, oh, Karen's Little Garden's watching from the bushes. Okay, so the bottom is sewn across. Now, where this little corner is in this new bag, those of you put exclamation mark GQUAT to drop your link. So I'm going to, all right, I'm going to make this so that you can see. Okay, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so, oh, where was I? I'm going to take the corner of this and mark it because why? Because this leg is not exactly on the corner. And the other one is exactly on the corner. All right, so I'm going to open the seam just so that it's not wide. I will press it later on with the big iron. But meanwhile, I'm just finger pressing it. Just finger pressing it. The seams are open. So I'm going to put the center of this seam on the center of this seam. And if you're sewing it by hand, which you can easily do, Mr. David Corey with Crops, Francesca, who will be sewing by hand. But I will tell you, Bouger Prepper says, congratulations, Miss Shirley. If you want to save up and buy an inexpensive machine, your cookie jar, your egg money, this is the machine to buy. This is a heavy duty Singer 4423. I'm saying 4423 because they have several models. This one, this one does not have computer parts. So it does not take a lot of electricity. You can take it you can use your solar panel to charge it if you're camping. If you're outside, I actually like my little Singer featherweight for that. So I'm going to you guys can actually see me from there. And I'm sewing with a 3 stitch length. Why? Just because I like that when I'm sewing through several thicknesses. So I'm just sewing where I pinned it because when I sew across here, it's going to make a flat bottom. This will be good. GT Junior Grows in Alaska. This bag will be nice up there. Your son could use it. This is going to be like, you know what it's going to be like? A backpack. Like a backpack. So I always backspace at the end. And whenever I sew any bag, handbag, whatever bag, I always double sew it. So I'm going to flip this over and go back the other way, just so that I have 2 rows of stitching. Actually, I've got something bent under there, messing around. Okay, so I pulled the presser foot off. Hold on, let me get the needle all the way up. And got it stuck some kind of way. So when it gets stuck, I put the presser wheel forward because that releases the tension on the stitch, and whatever was stuck down there, it came out. And as far as this clip-on presser foot, I just put it in place and put this lever in the back down, and boom, that's it. It's done. No harm, no foul. So this corner is done. Using these giant scissors to cut the string. And then we're doing the other side. Same deal. I'm going to open the seam, just finger press it. Some of you may be sewing off grid. I have a group of friends who have trailers and they go camping and they take their little vintage Singer featherweights, and it's like a club, and they go camping out and sewing and have little retreats. So I'm going to sew the other end flat. So this is how you take, now if this were a big pair of men's jeans or men's pants or cargo pants, the only thing you have to be vigilant about is when you are doing the pockets and cutting it, make sure you don't cut the inside pockets when you're cutting all these different things. You can pin them or hold them flat. Make sure that you don't do it. Why? Because you want to use that big old pocket when you finish. That's the purpose of making them out of these old jeans. And even though I'm going to flip it, I'm still going to backstitch. Why? Because who knows? You can put a bowling ball in this thing if it'll fit in the top. So this time I flipped it, didn't get caught underneath this little plastic plate. That's the one thing I hate about this. It's plastic so that you can see through and see when your bobbin is getting low, and hopefully, take it out before you run out, because that's not a fun thing. You're so chain piecing a lot of blocks, and then you find out that all those pieces didn't get sewn because you ran out of thread in the middle. I have bobbins, boxes of them. So look, that's what it looks like. This is going to be a really wide bottom bag. So excited to show you guys. So I'm turning it in, squaring the pockets out, squaring the pocket out, squaring the pocket out, and da-da. So now, what are we going to do? We are going to, as soon as I find out, well, I'm trying to decide what color webbing I'm going to put on there. Oh, I don't see it because it's under my chair. This is a back support cushion. It's called a Gypsy Sit-Upon. It keeps your back straight. So we are going to have a vote here, because like I said, this bag could be used for men or women. This one is a small bag. Isn't this cute, Rita? My granddaughter. So Dolores said she wanted a big one. So this one I was really making for Dolores, but she wants a bigger one. I will put a support thing on the bottom. On the bottom. And I won't do it on camera, but on the inside, I will cut a piece of this just to put on the inside, just to make it cute. What is this? I don't even know what it is. It's like a fake piece of leather. It's cloth, but it's thick. And I'm just going to cut a piece of it and put down the bottom just to make it look finished inside. So, you guys, should I put pink on here or blue for the handle? It's going to be a crossbody bag. Almost homesteading with Janet. Janet, you're just in time. You love these projects. I was looking at some weeds in my garden, knowing that they're probably edible. So, you guys, should I put this for the handle or pink? Put a P for pink or a B for blue. What color should I make the handle? Because I'm going to make the handle right now. And I lost the glasses that I had on. Silly me. Silly Nana. Silly goose. The kids like when I talk to them and tell them funny stories. Blue. Okay, we have one vote for blue. Who wants blue on this bag?
You have a poll in the chat, Auntie.
Who wants blue on this bag? And who wants pink on here? I'll put blue on it. I will put blue on it. And I'm going to make, what did I say before? I think 48. I have my handy dandy tape measure. I always keep in that little red bag I travel with. It's only a 10-foot tape. So we're keep going to 48, because if it's a crossbody bag, you don't want it all choked up on your chest. You want it hanging down a little bit. So I'm going to use these pinking shears to cut it. And you can put the handle on the inside or the outside. I'm going to put it on the outside just to make it easy to see. 6 votes so far for pink. Uh-oh, I got more votes for pink than blue. Okay then, the pinks win. So, guess what? We will cut a piece 48 inches in pink. And this is a cotton polyester blend webbing. I just buy them by the roll, like 10 rolls, 25 yard rolls, whatever, and use them accordingly. So I already cut this piece, so I will measure the pink one the same size. This is fun. Oh, guess what, you guys? Since the kids are watching a mommy, because Nana's always losing her glasses. I have 50 pairs of glasses. The ones I started out with, I just found right here. But all of these, sometimes when I'm out, my vehicle accidentally stops at the dollar store. Poor Brownlee joining the hospital. So I buy all different. I must have 10 pairs of dollar store glasses just for reading. I don't need them for distance or for seeing them, just for sewing and doing things. So we have pink one. So let's put pink on here. So I'm going to use one of my big hat pin pins. Sorry about that. I put my finger right over the camera lens. I forget where the camera lens is. Okay. So it doesn't want to go through, but that's fine. I will get a handy dandy glue stick just for giggles and kicks and put a little bit on the back. Put you over here. This is going to be a cute little bag, you guys. And pink is for anyone, by the way. Anyone that likes pink can wear pink. No colors reserved for anybody. So whenever I'm sewing with leather, and I will probably off camera, I usually keep some leather under here. I will go back and put a little piece of leather trim, because I usually have some out, or you don't have to. That's just a little extra. Now, when I start sewing a handle on, I like to start at the top. Why? Because then I can see if I'm sewing it straight across here. If I'm sewing down here, I can't tell if it's even with the top. So I line it up here, even with the top, and I didn't backspace too. Why? Because I'm going to go back 3 or 4 times. This is a small bag, so I'm only backspacing 3 times. When I do those big heavy-duty totes, I backspace 4 or 5 times. Usually at least 5 or 6. Oh, I heard I got close to all those other things in rivets. And then sometimes I put that little X reinforced going across after I sew it. This is such a small bag. It's not going to need anything. It's not going to fit anything that heavy. So 1, 2, 3. Careful to move the strap out of the way. so that I don't sew over it. Just found a little piece of plastic holding it there. I'll take that off. This is so much fun. All right, so this one looked like it was trying to go crooked. 1, 2, 3. Or just for giggles and kicks to show you how you can and do some of your bags. So I go to the corner. I can backspace. 1, 2, 3. Oop, I didn't go all the way back. Then come across this way. Come across this way. 1, 2. Oop. She'll let you know if you're feeding her too much. That little choking noise. You know, like in basketball when they do like this when they're choking. Okay, so the strap's on this side. We're going to make sure that it's even. This is cute. Almost looks like a pair of suspenders. So I'm taking my handy dandy glue stick and just putting a glob of it under there. I always keep one somewhere around just in case I want it. You can, by the way, those of you who use glue sticks or whatever, you can heat them with an iron and they glue even harder, but not if you're using leather, but just fabric, just for use on fabric. So I cut that thread kind of short. I'm pushing it to the back. Sorry for any comments that I'm missing. Good night, Giovanna. Thank you for coming. And we will come and try to visit you. You can drop your channel link before you leave, exclamation mark, a GQUAT, and we can come visit you. Everybody can come visit you. All right. Thank you. I've never been to Italy. All right. 1, 2, 3. So I forgot who asked me who's getting this bag. I don't know yet. I have to go look at my list and see who's next. It was going to be for Dolores, but she said she wanted a bigger one, so she's going to get the one with the flowers on it and the blue and the pink pockets. I have to go look at it over there. 2, 3. And I intentionally, when I'm sewing on these, you guys, I intentionally don't sew on the exact same line. Why? Because it just reinforces it. And if you're sewing on leather or something like that, it doesn't make holes, by sewing in the same exact spot all the time. 1. Oops. What? Uh-oh. Made that noise again. I don't know what I did that I wasn't supposed to. But she let me know. Nope. Get that weak stuff out of here, Auntie Ellen. I'm a heavy-duty machine, but you're not going to abuse me. Okay. So, it's down where something is on the inside. And you have to be careful when you're using a machine to not sew over any of the rivets in the jeans or all those things. So look at this, you guys. How cute is this? Here's the inside, but she's not finished. So let's do this. You can use, a lot of you who follow me know that I use needlepoint plastic on the inside of a lot of bags. So I'm measuring measuring the bottom, I sew on a cutting board with numbers on it. So I see this is about 9 inches wide and 9 inches, I should say, long by about 4.5 inches wide, 4 or 5 inches wide. So what I'm going to do is take this, just because I want to make it nice for whoever gets it. I'm going to cut a piece that's 9 inches. It's probably over there. So I'll make a little nick over here. And I'm just folding it flat. I made a little nick there, folding it flat. And just because, to make it cute, I'm just gonna cut with my zigzag scissors, both ends. Now I could make this narrower, but because this isn't 5 inches, this is about 5 inches, because I pre-cut a lot of stuff. So what I'm going to do is just put this in the bottom of it, and ta-da! The bag is finished. How cute is this? Right now I can put my wallet in here, my glasses, but I'm going to do something else. I'm going to put some type of a closing up here, probably a little pink tie, just because. It doesn't have to be, because it's a bag. So, what do you think about that, guys? Did you like that? How many of you think it's a nice bag and it's easy? Mike, I didn't see you come in. Thank you for coming and welcome. You could use this to go to Menards. This would hold a couple hundred seeds. A couple hundred seeds. And the pink strap is optional. You can make it any color you want. And that is how you make an easy jean bag. Oh, the little watch pocket is here, you guys, to put whatever you need to keep your secret little stash in. And if you ever get patted down at a traffic stop, nobody will even know that it's there. How about that one? Almost homesteading with Janet says, very cool, very cool. Thank you. Thank you, you guys. I save a lot of these waistbands when I'm cutting up jeans for like the quilt that I'm making. And I trim them up and I use these. I trim them up and I use these for shoulder straps. You'll have to find an old pair of jeans and rewatch this. Good way to recycle. Yes. And the bigger the jeans, the bigger the bag. You can use a piece of fabric for a strap. I just did this because the webbing is inexpensive. I had pink, and I was trying to buy pink for our pink girls living in a pink world like Dolores. So, does anybody have any questions? Karen's Little Garden likes it. This is just something, and you know what? I don't know if my granddaughter Sharita is still here. My kids love these bags. The 18-year-old told me the other day, because she's getting one for Mother's Day. She's not a mother, but you know what? We support all of the women in the family. Why? Because it takes a village to raise a child and to retire an old person. The village takes care of the old folks like me, or the elders, I should say. The village takes care of the elders as well. The village takes care of my mom. They look out for me. Anything I need, I can just call. I could call Sharita right now if I need something, and she's coming. They're rolling. They're going to come see about Nana. That's how it is. All right, you guys. So I want to thank each and every one of you. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that you will know for the established members, stay until the end, and you can see the membership shout out. And we have a beautiful outro. So, Ego Amate, mother, family, everybody. I love you. I love you. Okay, Dolores, hit it. You can play the outro and the member shout out. So glad to be here.